Hi, in this video I will show you how you can do the basement in Revit, and so that basement will have the foundation wall and the footing and inside the basement slab and also the frost wall. So if I show you a section cut through the basement wall, it will look like that, where you will have the footing, the slab, the foundation wall, and then the frost wall. Okay, to do that, the very first thing we need to do is we need to make sure our levels are good or okay, right? Because whenever you will insert a wall or floor, whatever you do in Revit, it always asks you for the level, and if you're not on the correct level, then you will see that it all gets sometimes messed up. So my main floor level is 0 feet 0 inches, and that's my thickness of the floor that you used for the wood. And if you see that somehow it got a little bit like off, then you can use the align tool to select your bottom of the joist and then click on the level, so it will align with your bottom of the joist. Now for your basement, so I created a level which is my top of like basement slab. So from my basement slab till my top of the below the ceiling, or like I called it, top of my foundation wall. So that clearance could be 8 feet 1 or 9 feet 1. If you want to have 9 feet basement, then 9 feet 1, or if you want to have 8 feet basement, then 8 feet 1. So what I did is, and I did 9 feet 1, but you can go to annotate, first draw a line. If you see that it's not properly on the correct size, you can readjust, right? So you draw a line. This is a 2D line, detail line. From annotate, I'll draw a line from that clearance. So if you see that, okay, I need to, just leaving my mouse, I type say 9 feet 1 or 1 inches, enter, and that's your that 2D line, right? And then what you could do is, say for example, those level markers are further down or further up somewhere, so that will be my top of basement slab, right? So what I can do is, after drawing a line, this is a guideline, right? You can go to align tool under this modify, go to align, and then you see that the edge, very bottom edge of the that 2D line, there is a dot, so you click on that and you click on that one, so it will align with that. Right now, similar way you do that, my slab thickness would be 4 inches, right? So, and that will be on that level, top of footing. So now it's not correct, so I will draw either, like you can bring that to the 4 inches, or I can draw again a 2D line 4 inches and then align my level markers right there. So go to annotate and the detail line, and anywhere you can draw from there, it will be 4 inches, right? It's very small. Now you go to modify and align tool, and then pick that bottom point and pick that. So that's my top of footing, right? And this is my top of basement. Now you can delete those lines, I don't need them, so you can delete those. Now that my levels are done, now let's go back to my floor plan to draw the walls. Now let's go to my basement floor plan. I don't see anything, right? How would I draw? Because I need the guideline on the exterior line of my house. So how I can bring that? You will see that in the properties window, like there is a underlay option. So on this underlay, it's by default, it's none. When it's none, then you don't see anything. So what I will do is I will maybe it's level 1 floor level. By default it says it's automatically adjusted level 1 floor. Look up. Okay, let's see, apply. Now I could see the whatever is above this floor. But or maybe um, to look down, does the, no, it's not good. So I can do, you can play around with that. So level 1 floor, if it's unbounded and look down, let's see what does it show. No, it's nothing. So I need to go then level 1 wall. Yeah, look down, not bad. If it's look up, then also it shows something, right? Yeah, it's more clean. So my basement will be around like that, right? If I go to my 3D, so it's that from that side. Yeah, it's like that. So foundation wall will follow that, right? Okay. So now what I will do is my foundation wall. I need to choose. So let's go to architecture and wall architecture. Okay, save the project. Now you have to find out whether you have created a foundation wall or not. If you haven't created any foundation wall, then you can pick any wall like the generic 8 inches and then duplicate and create your own wall. So what I did, I created one, and you know how to edit and create another one, right? And for that one, you could see my previous videos. And if you click on the edit type, make sure that you are duplicating, and when you hit duplicate, then it will ask you to rename your wall. So you can rename your wall. So how I did is like I gave a name 8-inch concrete foundation wall, and then when I click OK, and then I went to edit to change the thickness and change the material. So here, change the thickness, make sure that thickness is 8 inches, and change the you can concrete yes, other concretes also, concrete precast, yeah, could be that. Concrete lightweight, concrete cast in place, but if you like gray, you can change the color, but or you can keep it like that, or concrete precast. Then okay, and so that will be my material, and then hit OK and OK. So that's my basic wall, 8-inch concrete foundation wall. Now next thing is my location line. You can do finish face exterior, then base constraint, top of basement slab, and top constraint is top of foundation wall, right? So my foundation wall, no, it won't start. Foundation wall starts where? From top of the footing, not from top of the basement slab, right? So if somehow it gets that, you can anytime change that, and then it will be, but it's better to do that at the beginning, right? So I will draw my foundation wall. So that will be the top base constraint will be top of my footing level, right? And then the top constraint would be my top of foundation wall. So I have to change that into my top of footing, up to level top of foundation wall. So which is good. Now I will draw my wall. You can pick or you can draw however you want. Zoom in. And there, 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 and there. So that's my concrete foundation wall. Let's go to the 3D view, and you could see my foundation wall, right? And now go to, so once I got my guideline, I can make that underlay into none, because sometimes the things above this floor level will appear, and it will create like a distraction, and it will be interfering with your this floor plan. So I'll just turn that off. Now what I will do is, next thing is slab, right? And see the slab where it starts from the inside of my foundation wall, and which level it will be on the basement floor level, right? Now let's go to the floor and floor architectural, and here you will see that my floor, if you don't have any, you need to create one, right? So I just pick any generic floor and then went to edit type, and then make sure, like, go to the edit and make sure your thickness is 4-inch, and then your material you chose is cast in place concrete, right? So okay, and then okay. So that's how I created my slab. Make sure you duplicate and rename, and then change the thickness and material. Now again, come to my properties. Where would be the level? Top of basement slab, which is good. Here by default somehow it got like height offset 3 feet. Okay, I'm keeping it, and I'll show you what happens if it's like that. Let's go to just pick lines to draw my floor, right? Right, and now you hit check. Now you will see if I cut a section line from here, bring a section, like always try to do that, bring a section line to see whether what you have done is correct or not. And then right click, go to view. You see my slab is over here, which is not correct, right? Even though I told that it will be on the top of my basement slab, right? It says top of my basement slab, but there is the height offset. So height offset, if it's not 0 feet, it's 3 feet. So what it is doing is, it is drawing my slab 3 feet above my top of basement slab level. Sometimes we need that. We need to, if we, no need to draw always like the level markers, just like you can change the offset, and then it will do that above or below. If it's a below, then you will do negative value. If it something above, then you put positive value. But I don't need that. I need it right on top of my basement slab level. So I will just make that 0. And then, so now you see when I hit 0, so it automatically goes into its right spot, correct spot, right? So good. We have the slab, we have the foundation wall, right? It's reaching over there, which is good. And then now if you, okay, now what we need the footing, right? Next thing is that footing, right? So the footing will be 18 inches width and 8 inches thick, right? And how I can get that? You go to structure, and then there is the foundation, right? And you can be on the 3D mode, 3D view. Okay, so when you go to structure and go to the foundation, you'll see that the isolated is the when you need a footing for the column, the pad footing. So it's for that. Wall. So you can, what we need is the wall, right? So we'll click that. Now, if you don't see the correct size of the footing, what you can do is, again, like the same way, you select anything and go to edit type and duplicate, right? And bearing footing, just like 18 inches times 8 inches, right? So that's, I just, okay, yeah, I already have one. So I can show you what I have. So I have that I created twice. Okay. If I go to edit type, so, and then here you rename, and then you, in the width, you change it into it should be 18 inches, which is 1'6", right? And then the thickness is 8 inches. And make sure that your concrete cast in place gray, which is okay. And then you just click OK. And now what you will do is just select the walls. Select the foundation walls. It will do the footing for you. Just click, click, click. All the walls. Make sure that you can do in the plan view also. You can do on the 3D view, however you want. Select all the walls, click, click, and that's mine. If I go to my section and see, that's my concrete slab, that's my footing, that's my foundation wall. Good. Now you see that those lines are, because those are the footing farther from your, because you have the walls all around the foundation wall, right? So you can see the footing that is way behind, like farther from your this line. So what you can do is I can, instead of hiding that, I can manage like how far I want to see, right? You know what I mean, right? Because if I go to my 3D, so if my section view is, section line is over there, I'm cutting this way, but then I see that and I see some my footing behind, yeah. So that's why I need to, what I will do is, there is one option over here in the properties. You see here, extends far clip offset. Now it says like it will show you everything till the 28 feet of distance. So if you change that, say for example 10 feet, and then so you will see that now those things, this footing disappears. You don't need to show that, right? So now it looks good, clean and clear. Okay, now if I go to my plan view, I won't see the footing here. If I need to see the footing, then I need to go to my actually top of footing floor plan should show that. You can do the underlay thing, but if I go to the top of basement slab, so then that's my foundation wall. Now what I'll do is, I also have the floor inside, floor slab. Now I will need to do the frost wall inside. If you go here, that frost wall. So that frost wall starts from the top of the slab till the top of the foundation wall. And that frost wall, like it will be inside the foundation wall. There will be an inch of gap, and then we place the frost wall. That wall could be 2x4 stud or 2x6 stud. And one side there will be the drywall, 1/2 inch drywall. The other side nothing, yeah, because it's still in this side, and we don't have to, it's not exterior, so we are not providing any extra, it's not even like interior side, so we just keep it. So it will be a layers will be 2x4 or 2x6 stud, and then 1/2 inch drywall, right? Now if you don't have that wall, go to wall architectural, and if you don't have that kind of wall, you can create one again. So when your interior 2x4 wall, you can just pick that. I already created. If I go to edit type, so you will duplicate, give a name, rename, like duplicate, give a name like frost wall 2x4. So I use the 2x4 stud. You could use 2x6 also. Now go to structure, edit. Now here, let me do one and show you rather than showing what I already have. just okay, that's the basic wall. Say for example this is my interior wall, and I want to create a frost wall. I'll just duplicate and give the name frost wall 2 by 4. Okay, now you'll go to edit, and then you will see here, because I picked an interior wall, right, which has gypsum board or drywall on both sides, like that, right? But I don't need this side. This will be against the concrete foundation wall. So I'll have my concrete here, right? And then an inch of space, and then my stud and my gypsum board, the 1/2 inch drywall. So I can delete that part. So you just select like that, like whatever you want to select, you just bring that and select. And here and underneath you will say delete. This is the exterior side. So exterior side, I don't need any drywall. So delete that. Now it will look like that. Okay. So if you go to the plan view, that's the plan view. Okay. Okay. Now hit OK. Okay. So that's my frost wall. Now I need to draw that with an inch of space, right? I need to insert that with an inch of airspace. Okay, first of all, location line. Any walls, that's the main thing. Check in the properties before drawing your wall. Finish face exterior, okay. Base constraint. So my frost wall would be from my top of the slab, right? My foundation wall was from top of the footing, but frost wall would be from the top of the slab, right? So top of my basement slab, and the top constraint would be my top of foundation wall. Looks good. Now, next thing is the offset, because it will be an inch of it will be further from an inch from the foundation wall, concrete wall, right? So what I'll do over here is -1 inches. I'm telling you why it's negative. If you put just positive value, it will go on the side. It's like the coordinates, it will be embedded into the concrete wall, and then you need to do again like adjustments. Okay, so -1 inch, and then now I will, in the draw panel, I'll just pick line, right? You see that dash line is the offset. Make sure that it's on the right hand side, right hand side, right hand side. I need to clean those later. Let me first insert the walls, and then okay, good. Now I will clean up those things. Let's go to modify and pick this tool, and then I need to clean that. Let's go the other side. This is okay, and that. I think we are good. Let's check in the section view. So if you see that this is my foundation, and this is my frost wall, this is my foundation wall, this is my footing, this is my concrete slab. Now you don't see the base, the top, bottom plate and the top plate for the walls. We can bring those from the detail element. I will show that in the later part of the video, not this video, another video where we will show like how you can do the details. But for now, that's the foundation. And if you go to the 3D view, that's how it looks like. You can draw a section box. When I showed you in the Extend the Properties section box, and then select and go further down to see how it looks like. Okay, so that's your slab, footing, that's your frost wall, that's your concrete foundation wall. That's the basement. Thank you.